So, good morning to our lecturer and beloved friends. So, today we're going to present about our coursework 2 assignment about critical thinking subject. So, we consist of 10 people, which are me, Wei Jun, my friend Kai Bing, Chen Song, Sun Liang, Sam, Chi Chong, Sun Hyang, Kaiser, Lance, and Brian. So first, let us begin with our introduction of our topic. This presentation will focus on the understanding on how future development and advancement that might influence the relevance of critical thinking concept, especially assessment and critical judgment. So moving to the next slide, I'll talk about assessment and critical judgment. So assessment will refers to the process of evaluating or appraising something based on some specific criteria, standards, or even benchmark. So it helps us to measure our performance, to determine the efficiency, and make informed decision. So for example, in our education, assessment will allow lecturer to evaluate students' understanding and progress in order for lecturer to understand or know which student need help in a certain subject. So on the other hand, critical judgment also involves in applying careful reasoning when analysis information, situation, or even conclusion. So it requires individual to question assumptions, examine the evidence, and even consider different perspectives before they're making their final decision. So in today's digital era, where information is easily accessible but not always accurate, critical judgment will become extremely important to avoid misinformation and poor decision making. So overall, both assessment and critical judgment play a vital role in developing strong critical thinking skill. This concept will help the individuals become more analytical, responsible, and capable of adapting to future challenges in both academic and real-world environments. That's all for me. I'll pass to the next person. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Lim Jung Song. Today I'm gonna talking about the history of the critical thinking. This period predates the active year of Socrates. Key figures like Thales were active in the early 6th century before Common Era, while Parmenides and Xenon flourished in the 5th century before Common Era. This was the dawn of human connections, where early philosophers first attempt to replace mythological explanation with logic and rational deductions. The second period is Socrates and the classical Greek period. Now I'm going to talking about the history of the critical thinking. First, the pre-Socratic period is this time frame perfectly encapsulates the lifespan of the three great Greek philosophers. It begins with the birth of Socrates 470 before Common Era and continued through the teaching of his student Plato and concludes with the death of Aristotle 322 before Common Era. This was the era when classical critical thinking was formally founded and reached its peak, such as Socratic questioning. The third period is the Middle Age. This period spanning from the fall of the Western Roman Empire to the eve of the Renaissance. The core figure mentioned in the text, Thomas Aquinas, lived from 1225 to 1274. Critical thinking during this period was characterized by systematic dialectics within scholasticism, conducting rigorous logical deduction within a theological framework. The number four, the period Renaissance to the Enlightenment. This period is dawn of the scientific method from 16th until 17th century. Figures like Francis Bacon 1561 until 1626 and Renan Descartes 1596 until 1650 broke away from medieval constraint, establishing empirical research and systematic doubt. The number five period is 19th to 20th century, the modern era. This period abstract term critical thinking first appeared in English literary criticism. In 1090-10, John Dewey published How We Think, formerly introducing reflective or critical thinking. into the modern education system. During this period, critical thinking transitioned from being an exclusive tool for philosophers to a universal educational standard and the foundation for interdisciplinary research. And the last period is the artificial intelligence and the future. With the explosion of deep learning, big data, and modern artificial intelligence, machine algorithms have begun to simulate and even surpass certain human analytical rules. Human critical thinking has now entered a new phase of reflection and synergy, where the focus is shifting from artificial intelligence back to the human intelligence to ensure humans remain the ultimate master of judgment. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Chi Chong. Let me start with a simple question. If I say water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, is that a fact or an opinion? It's a fact because it can be tested and proven. Now, if I say coffee tastes better than tea, is that a fact? No, that's an opinion because it depends on personal preference. So, what's the difference? A fact is something that can be proven true or false with evidence, data, or research. It does not change based on how someone feels. But an opinion is personal belief or judgment. It is influenced by experiences, preferences, and different people can have different opinions. So today, we receive information very quickly, especially through technology and AI tools. AI can give us a lot of information in a short time. This is positive because more information can help us understand better and make better decisions. However, there's also a risk. Sometimes facts and opinion can be mixed together. If we are not careful, we may accept everything as true without questioning it. That's why critical judgment is important. In any assessment, whether in study, works, or daily life, we must evaluate the source, check the evidence, and think independently before forming conclusion. Thank you. My friend will continue by explaining what AI is and how it improves and provides responses.
Thank you. My name is Yokai Bin. So after our group discussion, we think that development of artificial intelligence is the one that can affect our critical judgment and assessment. So now I would like to talk about what is artificial intelligence. So the first one is AI allow machine to act like humans. So AI is a technology that allow machine and computer to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. So for example, like AI system can think, solve problem, make decision, and also can understand the situation. So instead of only following fixed instruction, AI enables machine to work in a smarter and more flexible way, similar to how humans to handle the task. So second is AI can build by using data and algorithms. AI work by using large amount of data and algorithms. By analyzing data, the AI can identify patterns and make prediction. As more data is collected, the system continues to learn and improve its performance. So this learning process we can know as machine learning, and a more advanced form is called deep learning. Third is AI developed as a field of scientific research. So AI has also become an important field of research. AI has expanded beyond computer science into areas such as communication, media, and social science. So it's showing its growing importance in many disciplines. For the last one is AI affect many areas of daily life and society. So in today, AI plays a major role in our daily life. It is used in education, healthcare, business, and also communication. So AI help people work more efficiency, make better decisions, and improve productivity. So overall, AI is transforming how society works and people interact with technology. So this is what is AI. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Wilson Yang. Today, I would like to talk about what AI can do in our daily life. Okay, for the first, what is AI? AI is a technology that allows machine and computer system to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. One important ability of AI is automation. For example, AI can complete repetitive tasks automatically, and it helping to reduce human workload and improve efficiency in many industries. In addition, AI can analyze large amount of data and make intelligent decisions by finding patterns and useful information for data. AI help organizations make faster and more accurate decisions. Okay, next, AI also enables machines to communicate with humans. For example, chatbot and virtual assistant can interact with users and answering questions and provide customer support without human assistance.
But the next and another important capability of AI is understanding human language. AI system can recognize speech, translate language, and even generate written content and making communication easier across different language. Furthermore, AI can recognize image and video through visual technology. This allows computer to interpret objects, detect faces, and analyze visual information like similar to human vision. Overall, AI is mainly used to solve real-world problems in areas such as healthcare, business, education, and smart cities. It helps create automated, intelligent, and smart systems that improve our daily life and shape the future of technology.
My name is Lance. I will be talking about AI's threat to critical judgment. To start off, there's automation bias. Basically, we will take any answer given by the AI as the truth. Even though there are sources that contradict that answer, we'll still think the AI is true and factual, the answer given by them. Next up is mechanized convergence. Basically, if a group of people use AI a lot, maybe overuse it, their way to think will be similar to the AI they use, making them more pattern-like and more predictable, like robots. Next up will be metacognitive laziness. Basically, if we use AI a lot, every time we face with questions or anything else, we're not using our brain to think, making them lazy. Since we're not doing the thinking, the AI is doing the thinking for us. Next is surface engagement. Just like metacognitive laziness, we became more lazy. So basically, we don't like the process of finding the answers. We use AI to get it and automatically get the answer from them. So there's no need to think. We get the answer we wanted. That's it. Short time use. Next up, cognitive atrophy paradox. Basically, just like surface engagement, we just want the answer. So even if we read through all the process and whys and how they get the answer by the AI, given by the AI, we won't gain any knowledge from it. We just take the answer and leave. We have to answer for the question, so there's no need for knows and hows. And finally, there's erosion of epistemic agency. Basically, nowadays, AIs are made more advanced, more professional looking when they read out the answer. So if many people who are less confident will just take AI as the professional and not treating it as the tool to help us gain more knowledge and use it to better our work. And that will be my part. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Sam Chong, talking about AI-based and ethical risk in decision making. So, AI often preserves as neutral and objective, but it can inherit and apply free human base because it is trained on real-world data. If historical data reflect inequality or discrimination, AI system may unintentionally reproduce these patterns. For example, basis datasets can lead to unfair hiring decisions of inaccurate physics recognitions disproportionately affecting certain demographic groups. The ethical concerns grow when people place too much trust in AI output. Since AI apply technical and authoritative, individual may accept in decisions without questioning them. Overreliance or AI it can weaken human critical thinking and reduce independent judgment, especially in high-stake area like healthcare, finance, and law enforcement. Additionally, AI-driven decision-making often blur accountability, making it unclear whether developer, organization, or user are responsible when error or base occur. Okay, therefore, while AI ensure efficiency and speed in decision making, it also raises serious concerns about fairness, responsibility, and the presentation of human critical judgment. The key challenge is to implement AI in ways that support and enhance human decision making rather than replacement our ability to think critical and ethically. Okay, that's my part. Thank you.
Now I would like to discuss about how AI is changing information and truth. First, AI generate information is everywhere. Most online content such as article, essay, and report may be produced by AI. Although AI can generate information quickly, it may not always be accurate. So we must carefully evaluate the reliability of the information and cannot simply accept AI generate answer without questioning them. Second, there will be an increase in fake news and deepfakes. AI can now create very realistic fake videos, images, and voices. In the future, it may become even harder to verify what is real and what is fake. This means assessment become more challenging as we must compare multiple sources and verify evidence. So it is important if we think logically instead of reacting emotionally. The algorithm filter what we can see online. Social media platforms show us content based on our interests and previous behavior. This can create information bubble where we only see one side of an issue. As a result, our assessment may become partial. To maintain strong critical judgment, we must actively seek different viewpoints and question by our own assumption. Finally, AI increasing influence human judgment in areas such as education, healthcare, and business. Because AI can support decision making that may affect independent thinking. Therefore, we must remain responsible for evaluating AI recommendation. Thank you. I will pass to next person to present. Hi, my name is Chia Chun Hyang.
Hello everyone, my name is Oikeizer. Today I'm talk about future human interact with AI. So I will talk about the main idea. AI is moving from a tool to a partner. In the past, AI was like a calculator. You use it, then you put it away. But in the future, AI will be a collaborative partner. They work with us every day. We will see the AI in education, healthcare, and business. For example, in a hospital, AI can check data very fast, but the doctor will make the final decision. This is what we call a balanced partnership. The most important point here is that AI is not replacing human. Instead, it enhances our ability. It helps us to do things we could not do it before. However, as AI get master, we must care about our privacy. We need to make sure AI is safe and fair to everyone. This is how we build a better future together. And I will talk about the personal AI. Currently, interaction is very rigid, but in the future, AI will pass emotional intelligence. It will use sensor to detect our facial expression, your tone of voice, and even your stress level. For example, in a future workplace, if an AI sensor you are overwhelmed by a task, it might automatically filter your notification or suggest a more efficient way to break down the work. And another is human AI collaboration. We predict a new device or label. AI is incredible and heavy lifting, analyzing millions of data points or generating complex code in seconds. However, AI is lack judgment and contents. This is where human come in and we will become the orchestrator instead of doing the manual work. We will spend our time on the creativity, literacy, and high speed and high level decision making. We provide the vision and the AI provide the execution. This partnership allow a single human to achieve what used to take an entire team. And the last one is ethical and social impact. From this future to world, there must be trust. We cannot interact with a black box that we do not understand. This is why we predict the rise of explainable AI. If an AI make a suggestion in a hospital or a courtroom, it must be able to explain why in human terms. We need strict regulation to ensure their privacy is protected and their bias is removed, making the interaction safe and responsible from everyone in society. And this is all my part from my present. Thank you.
In conclusion, development of artificial intelligence will definitely influence our critical judgments and assessments, and we shouldn't solely depend on it to make our decisions. Being dependent on AI clouds our judgment, as it causes us to use less of our cognitive ability to decide what we personally want. It will no longer be our decision, but AI's, which is why it's incredibly important to be firm of your own values rather than solely relying on AI for your decisions. The narrative is to not stop using AI, but instead to work alongside with it while having your own values and opinions intact.